Wow, damn, Walmart. Working at Walmart's underrated, especially now in business. From what I've been told, like the people that do very well in life are problem solvers. Under different circumstances, I feel like if I were to be born in the Philippines, I probably would have been one of the farmers, just like all my cousins were. Academically, that was just something that I never really thrived in, and it sucked that it had to be some type of a mandatory thing growing up. And yeah, according to those report cards, I wasn't going to amount to nothing. And I'm here to tell you today that that's not true. But at the time, it did feel real. I mean, after I graduated, I played non-stop video games, PlayStation 3, with Rachel and Guion, just Modern Warfare 3, going at it. And for whatever reason, I found myself in that loop. And even worse was that I wasn't any good. I'll have a few good games here and there. For those that are big time gamers, my kill death ratio was maybe 1.03. So if you guys don't know, for every kill that I have, I'd receive a death as well. So that and NBA 2K, you just get your player, you create a player, and then you build it. You give it some assets, you give it some skills, and you just build from there. But what I should have been doing was actually doing my player in real life. So me training, eating right, putting the work in at whatever. So now I'm working on myself to be the best kind of person that I can be. Grade 11 math class, double block. I went to Windermere, so that was day one, day two. I dreaded high school. I didn't enjoy any part of it aside from kind of just hanging out with my friends and playing basketball at lunch, and every year trying to make the basketball team. That was all my memories really, and band was fun too. But yeah, grade 11, my math teacher, he pulled me aside and he saw me goofing around or just not paying attention, and then he pulled me aside. He's like, "You're gonna amount to nothing." Had just talking about how, just why are you wasting your time here? Just go. And I thought to myself, yeah, why am I here? I figured I've never missed a day of high school up until grade 12, and I've only achieved my perfect attendance one time. Once. Homework I never done, projects. I was the worst partner ever. I just put my name. That was me, man. I had no aspirations in being good academically or wanting to do the work. I just didn't find any value in it. And obviously, it came that loop every year or every term when report cards came. I'd always have that high level of anxiety because clearly I wasn't the best academically, and knowing how strict we are with grades over here, I would get in a lot of trouble. I remember even way back with parents and teachers. Oh my gosh, terrified. I'd hate it when my mom would go in there and she would go up to the teacher and they'll just say, "Hey, how's Josh doing?" And every single time the teacher would just flat out say, "He's a good kid." And that was it. And that was it. And then the rest came off. So it was nice of the teachers for them to say at least I was a good kid. But yeah, everything else, reading, writing, um, anything book smarts. Yeah, I'm not your guy. My mom saw me going downhill, and I was so deep in a hole where I chose not to climb out. I didn't really want to care for anything because if my success were to be determined on how grades were, then leave me there, leave me at the bottom. But my mom dug me out, man. She went out of her way to get me a job over at Walmart, and actually, that's where the majority of my skills came about. Learning how to communicate with other people in a professional manner, learning how to work with teammates, work as a team. I mean, I played basketball in high school, but this was a totally different setting. Learning how to be efficient, learning how to manage your time, learning how to be organized with yourself, as well as being ready for whatever issues that may arise throughout the shift. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Like reflecting on it now, I'm like, damn, I realized like I got a lot of game from Walmart, which I'm very thankful for. So all in all, I was learning how to strategize, especially now in business. From what I've been told, like the people that do very well in life are problem solvers. The ones that really do succeed and do well in life is finding a way for you to solve everyone's problems or a general problem that everyone goes through. Wow, damn, Walmart. Working at Walmart's underrated. Had to run over to New Westminster. My teammate couldn't make it to class to teach, so filled in for me. But anyways, so when jiu-jitsu came about, I learned a lot more life skills, man. The biggest one is definitely conditioning your ego, going in there and just accepting failure. Because in the school system, obviously, when you don't do well, your parents get really upset. Or obviously, you feel a certain way. You get punished for it in a way. Whereas in jiu-jitsu, you mess up, you learn from it, and you move on. Now, two things can happen. You either learn from it or you make the exact same mistake. And there's no real repercussion. The atmosphere was somewhat of a safe space for you to actually go and experiment and make mistakes. And then you come to learn that the mistakes that you make and the times that you mess up accumulate and they snowball into success eventually. If you feel behind at the age of 30, you tend to realize like you can't be measuring your life based off of your report card from 2010. You're not stupid, you just have not found your mats yet. So that whole parents and teacher class that I talked about a little earlier, my mom basically told me that the teacher said, you know what? He'll find something. He'll find something that he'll be really good at and he'll thrive for. And I don't know if she was just talking out of her ass, but she ended up being right. If you want to know how I got my mom super upset about going against tradition, then I got a nice video here for you as well. So click on that, and I'll see you again soon. Enjoy your week.